Hey guys, welcome back for part two of our book read. Unfortunately, we reached the hour limit on Instagram, so we are going to resume chapter 17. We are on the top of page 195, where it says Jesse looked over at Michael. So I'm going to get Allison on here. I'm going to put back my pink hair, though, because I just think that's awesome. So let me get that filter on. Okay. Plus, it gives me eyeliner, too, and some eyelashes. I like it. Anyway, so, got to get everyone else back on here, too. Let's see if she's ready to resume.
Hello.
Hello.
I got my headband on too, so we're matching.
Yay.
All right. I'll go back to page 195. Okay.
Yep.
Jess looked over at Michael and saw him looking up at Valenti, something indefinable in his expression. Valenti continued, "What I see in that boy impresses me. He has taken the worst the world has offered him, and he still keeps himself on a steady road. Sure, he gets a temper and can be a bit belligerent when provoked, but what teenage boy isn't? But I'm glad to know Michael Guerin, and I'm glad he's become a part of my life. And I'm glad that whatever baggage came from his past, Michael is becoming a good man." Valenti paused for a moment, then added, "Thanks, that's all I had to say." "Thank you, Jim," Lewis said, not betraying any emotion. "You can see yourself out." After Valenti had exited the room, Lewis rocked back in his chair, his fingers steepled under his chin. He opened his mouth to speak, but before a sound could come out, Michael spoke instead. "Excuse me, Your Honor, may I be heard?" Jesse looked over at Philip, his eyebrows raised, and the elder lawyer gave a bit of a shrug. "Judging from the look on your lawyer's face, young man, he wasn't expecting you to ask that," Lewis said with a chuckle. "That's good. I like it when things aren't quite so set in stone. And, Mr. Ramirez, you'll want to work on that poker face." As Jesse blushed, Lewis gestured to Michael. "Go ahead." "Over a year ago, you signed my petition for emancipation in that meeting room down the hall. You asked me if I was ready to take charge of my life as an adult and reminded me that I would be solely responsible for my financial, educational, and medical decisions." Lewis raised an eyebrow. "My words almost exactly. Glad you were paying attention." Michael continued to exude his remarkable calm. "I was paying attention. I have a job. I have an apartment. I don't drink or do drugs. In fact, the only thing I think I do wrong sometimes is believe that everything is going to go worse than everyone expects. But you told me that day that I had folks with me who had an interest and a confidence in my future. You said your own decision was a reflective of that, and you challenged me to live up to that faith." Michael pointed out toward the door through which Valenti had just departed. "I have not only lived up to that faith, I believe I have multiplied it. Sheriff Valenti was not my friend when I was emancipated, but he has become a friend, and I have others. Sometimes it's hard for me to understand that people can believe in me, that they can trust that I'll be anything more than the sum of the skeletons in my closet. But I can be, and I am." He looked down at Jesse, favoring him with a small grin. "In short, Your Honor, not only did I not kill my stepfather, I am not a person who is capable of that kind of act, and I don't believe I ever will be." Jesse smiled. He had underestimated Michael, but he wouldn't do it again. He would, however, join all of those who were backing up Michael's attempt to move his life in a positive direction. Judge Lewis was apparently just as impressed. "Bravo, young man. Not only well said, but I believed it as well." He looked toward the lawyers on both sides. "I had already made my decision before Mr. Guerin's impassioned plea, but I believe that it's been suitably reinforced." Lewis stared at the district attorney. "Miss Mabel, I don't find that sufficient evidence has been presented, nor that any burden of proof has been met. Certainly not enough to hold Mr. Guerin for trial, and nowhere near enough to even bother me with thinking about a trial. The sheriff's department seems to have jumped to some amazing conclusions here, based on little evidence and some sloppy character suppositions. You would do well, Sheriff Hansen, to learn from the mistakes of your predecessor regarding overzealously pursuing someone in what could one day be interpreted as a personal vendetta." Jesse looked over and was glad to see that Hansen was blushing this time. "And with that, I think this hearing is adjourned," Lewis said, pushing back from his desk with both hands and standing up. Michael stood and asked, "Am I free to go?" Philip clapped his hand on Michael's shoulder. "You sure are, Michael." Michael approached the judge and put out his hand. "Thank you, sir." "You're welcome, young man," Lewis said, shaking Michael's hand. "I'll be keeping an eye on you to see what kind of promise your future holds. I trust you won't disappoint me." I'll do my best, sir. Moments later, they all filed out of the room to greet the worried faces of Michael's assembled friends. Jesse gave a thumbs up sign. Everyone erupted in cheers. Michael exited the room and was immediately engulfed in a hug by Maria. DA Mabel pulled Jesse aside by his sleeve. Be aware that Sheriff Hansen doesn't plan to leave this alone. He still wants to find the killer, he said. And if the sheriff does find that so much as a single strand of Mr. Guerin's long brown hair is linked to his murder, you can rest assured he'll be back here. And I'm certain that Judge Lewis's mood will be far less forgiving. I don't doubt it, Jesse said, after appraising the other lawyer for a moment. Just be sure to warn Hansen he'd better not pull a stunt like this again with anything less. Tell him that otherwise the city's likely to have a hefty harassment suit on its hands. Fortunately, my client isn't a vindictive man, and it may interest the sheriff to know that Michael wants the killer caught as well. She smiled at him almost sweetly. Oh, you can be sure I'll be keeping a tighter leash on the sheriff for the foreseeable future. I have my prosecution batting average to consider after all, and I don't like to lose because of sloppy law enforcement work. Well, Mr. Ramirez, it's been nice working with, well, against you. She hesitated a moment and then fished her card out of a suit pocket. I know you're new in town. If you'd like someone to show you around, give me a call. Jesse raised an eyebrow and smiled. Thank you. I'm seeing someone at the moment, but who knows what the future may hold. Who knows? Her smile lit the hallway. He watched as Mabel walked down the hall. Then, with a deep inhalation of musty courthouse air, he turned back to join the celebrants and to usher them out of the hallway before the security people started getting antsy. As Hansen and Lovekin exited the room, Valenti fixed them with a stare. Hansen looked particularly chagrined, but Lovekin betrayed no emotion. Randy, Dan, may I speak to you guys for a few minutes? Valenti gestured toward a meeting room door just a few feet down the hall. When they were all in the room, Valenti shut the door. They leaned against a wall, and he sat on the edge of the conference table. For a single reckless moment, Valenti considered vindicating himself by blurting out the simple truth about Max, Isabel, and Michael. But he could see from their hard stares, these men weren't yet ready to cross the gulf that yawned between them. With more than a little sadness, he wondered if they would ever be ready. I'm not going to say anything about today's proceedings because I suspect that Judge Lewis said anything I'd say, but in a shorter manner, Valenti said. But I want to talk to the two of you and get a few things out of the way now. Dan, you've known me for a couple of decades now. We were in the damned academy together. And Randy, you've been with me for a long time as well. And both of you know what my life has been like. My dad chased aliens so much that folks called him Sergeant Martian. It ended his career and affected his mind. And for a long time, I went down that same road. You both saw it. Silver handprints on corpses, strange lights in the sky, checking out every abduction report like it was the Holy Grail. Hell, if Fox Mulder were a real person, I would have been his best damned friend. You two keep thinking that I'm still going around the UFO bend, and that's what destroyed my career. Well, I'll tell you something, Dan. When I had to shoot Everett Hubble in self-defense, I saw what kind of life laid down that path of chasing aliens. My dad's in a loony bin, and Hubble's dead because of their obsessions. I faced that tunnel, and I turned away from it. I haven't looked back. Valenti wiped a hand across his face, mopping away some sweat. How much did you hear me talking about aliens after Hubble, Randy? Not a whole hell of a lot. I started to put my energies elsewhere. I started to put it into those kids. Some of them are in need of a good male role model, and I've been determined to do that for them. If you want to keep harassing me and following me, feel free, but leave the kids out of it. Other than that, what the DA said during this little kangaroo court you just tried to conduct, I don't know what you think they're guilty of, or what you think I'm guilty of. But I've been trying to buck the history of my family and help those kids at the same time. He paused for a moment and then added, it's too bad that everything I've done for you two throughout your lives doesn't win me any trust from either of you. Hansen hung his head. Sorry, Jim. It just seems like an awful lot of weird stuff goes on around you and those kids. But Lovekin interrupted him. Yeah, weird stuff does happen. I told you before that I thought you were covering something up, and I still do. Old friend or not, I've got a duty to the law, and I don't think you're giving me the whole story. Valenti stepped over and stared Lovekin straight in the eye. That's the trouble with Roswell. You never do seem to get the whole story, no matter how much you want to hear it. He started to turn away, then turned back, holding up a finger as though making a point. You know what, though, Dan? You're talking conspiracies, cover-ups, weird stuff. Sounds a lot to me like you're the one going down the same dangerous road my father traveled. Maybe you need to take a good hard look at yourself, make some decisions about what's real and what exists only in your imagination. Then Valenti turned on his heel and let himself out the door. Wow, that was good.
It was. So we don't find out what happens to Max to the next chapter, but I kind of flipped ahead and looked at the page. So Max is okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He uses his powers, to protect himself. So just spoiler alert there. But I'm sure you all knew that anyway. Of course, they're not going to kill off Max in the book and not have him and have him be alive in the series. That wouldn't make sense. So
yeah.
But it's getting good.
It's a good book. I read it before that we read it as a group, and I really liked it. So yeah. We're almost done, actually.
Looks like I fooled Haley and a couple other people thought my hair color was well.
I did the first time you had the filter. I remember thinking that too. Yeah.
Because it looks natural, right? It looks like it could actually be my hair color.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and the headband, it changes the color of the headband depending on how I move. See, it goes back to its original color, and then when I move, it goes back to pink, kind of. See? Pink. Yeah.
That looks good. Well, that was fun. I'm glad Allie, do you have a headband on too? Yeah, I do. It's just black, so it kind of fades more into my hair. But yeah, I do. 2 chapters left.
Yay. Yep. 2 chapters left, so you'll she wants to finish right now.
I know.
Yeah, it would really just be me and Allison finishing.
Book Queen always wants to read. She's like, keep going.
I need a break though. No, we'll finish next week.
Karen says, wait, what? Your hair color isn't red?
Nope. It looks good though, right? I love it. I love how they're fooling people with this filter. It's funny.
Thanks for joining us, Farinell. That's one of my Instagram followers.
I figured you had a few of your friends pop in here.
Yeah. Nice.
I was like, who are these new people? And then I was like, oh, Allison's reading that. That's why.
Nice. Thanks for and love the red on you, he says. Hi, Sean. Another person I know. Someone put pink is pretty on you. Yep, definitely. Is Jess going to come on and review or no?
She is not. She doesn't want to. She thinks she's going to run out of things to say about the books, except for the last 4. She has a lot to say about the last 4 books because they are the last 4, which is, as some of you know, the story that we get after the TV series finale. So, yeah, of course, unless she wants to come on, but no, I don't think she's going to come on. She's saying no.
Thank you, Karen. That was nice. Well, I'm glad I got to read. Thanks for letting me read today.
Yep.
The reception worked. Yeah. God, the ticket is to be in my office from now on when we read.
Well, anyone here who has not seen my holiday giveaway on my page, I'm going to give everyone till about 6 o'clock my time, so about another 45 minutes to enter and comment on my page. And then if you were here, you get an extra entry, so then you get 2.
Yay!
So I'm just going to leave that open until 6 o'clock, just in case. I'm giving away a Max and Liz necklace and a Michael and Maria keychain, both made by Nerdy Mermaid Shop that Rosie donated. So that is what the giveaway prizes are. I did the one for the journal already just because there was a sale going and it ended last night. So I just wanted to get that one already picked out. And Lauren at El Sal Tart, she also has an Etsy shop at Lauren Creates, and she won the journal. So congrats to her.
Hi, Tish. Yeah.
Hey, Tish.
I hope I'm going to cross my fingers. I want that keychain. So I hope I get it. We'll see. I'll be watching when you do the drawing. So, yeah.
I'm thinking because a lot of the things I can't send internationally is I feel like I want to do something for the international fans. I know I have some prizes lined up for the trivia,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them can be sent internationally. But I'm thinking I might do like a video or something, and I can make a Christmas themed video or something for an international fan. So I might do that giveaway because I feel bad for the international fans who can't get anything.
Yeah.
Lauren got the journal, Brandy. Lauren. I posted the video. I went live late last night. The video is on my page.
Yeah, Lauren got it.
How it happened.
Yeah. Exciting.
My crazy butts, up to like all hours of the night. So
well, let me know when you're going to be drawing and I'll come in and watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably, I might go live around 6 because I technically have all the list of names ready now. I'm going to double check it, but I pretty much have them ready. Like I already started typing them. So look, I just got to shuffle them up. So.
Okay.
And a lot of people are on here multiple times because of course they went to multiple things.
Yeah.
So this is for the necklace though. This is not for the
keychain.
For the keychain. The keychain I have it written down. So
okay.
I've got little tick marks. So yeah.
Okay.
So I'm keeping attendance on y'all. So I know if you're here. Don't say like, oh, I was there, and I'll be like, no, you would, cause
track.
I keep track. So
yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So we're not going to get kicked off because we already were.
Nope. No. Okay. We wouldn't get kicked off. So yeah, and I'm about to go somewhere in about an hour. So I figured I'll leave the entries open for my holiday giveaway for a little bit, and then I'm going to close it up at 6, and I'm going to go live. I'll announce the winner probably around 6 o'clock, which is in another 40 minutes. And then, yeah, and then you guys will know the winners, and I'll contact Rosie, and, or you can send her I'll tell you to send her, your address.
OG Rock fans said, thanks for a great read. Got my M&M fix. That's how I felt too.
Right? I know. That was so nice.
Yep. We're reading on Sundays usually, right? Just Sundays?
We are. Some Sundays we've canceled it because of other things going on that are conflicting with the schedule. Like if there's a Roswell related event online happening that a lot of you are going to want to watch or see or whatever, like we'll cancel the reading if it's at around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Sunday. It's every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central right here on IG Live on my page. And then we have our Zooms at 2 p.m. Central. And I can DM you the link for that if you've never been to our Zooms. If you already have been to our Zooms before in the last few months, then you already have the link, but I can always send it again. And then we have our rewatches on Saturday night at 6 p.m. Central. So.
Okay. Thanks, Farnell, for joining us. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thank you for coming by. And yeah, so I'll see you at 6 o'clock with the winners.
All right.
6 Central.
See you then.
All right. Bye.